You've never thought about the moon the way you're about to. What if the pale, silent circle above you tonight isn't supposed to be there, and something else was always meant to take its place? Stop. Before you answer that, look outside. Or don't. Maybe it's better if you don't. There is a silence the moon creates that most people have never noticed. It's not the absence of sound. It's a presence. A gravitational hum in the blood, in the tides, in the 28-day rhythm that runs through every living thing on this planet. You've been breathing in sync with the moon your entire life, and you never once felt it. But pull that moon away, swap it out, like unscrewing a bulb and sliding in something different, and the breathing stops. Not yours. Everything's. That's where this story begins. Not with disaster, with a question no one thought to take seriously until it was too late to unask it. What if we replaced our moon with Ganymede, Jupiter's largest moon, bigger than the planet Mercury itself? At first, the sky changes, not subtly. Ganymede, positioned at the same distance as our moon, would appear 3 times larger. You'd see it in daylight, a pale blue-gray mass veined with dark fractures, hanging in the afternoon sky like something that escaped its orbit and forgot to finish falling. Children would point. Scientists would go quiet in a way that isn't reassuring. Then, 7 days later, the coastlines start behaving strangely. Ganymede is massive. Its gravitational pull doesn't create tides. It creates events. The Bay of Fundy, already home to the highest tides on Earth, would see water rise not by 15 meters, but by 40. London, Mumbai, New York. The ocean doesn't flood these places. It visits them, slowly, deliberately, like it's returning for something it left behind. But here's the first thing the models didn't predict: the crust. Earth's tectonic plates, already floating on molten rock, would begin to respond to Ganymede's gravitational kneading the way a fist responds to being slowly squeezed. Not earthquakes, not yet, but a low subsonic trembling. Pipes crack, old bridges sing, dogs refuse to go inside at night because the ground smells different, like something deep beneath it is waking up. People would survive the first month. That's the part that makes it cruel. Now, change the scenario. Remove Ganymede. Breathe for a moment. What if instead we swapped our moon for Titan, Saturn's largest moon, the only moon in the solar system with a thick atmosphere? Here is where the story becomes something else entirely. Titan's atmosphere is 4 times denser than Earth's. Replace our moon with Titan at the same orbital distance, and something no physicist had bothered to fully model begins to happen. Titan's nitrogen-heavy exosphere starts bleeding into Earth's upper atmosphere. Slowly at first, a few extra particles per cubic meter, nothing the body would notice. Except the body notices everything. Within 18 months, sunset changes color. Not beautifully, wrongly. Hues of orange, deep amber, chemical and thick, the kind of color that looks like a warning. And the temperature begins to rise, not from any greenhouse effect you'd recognize, but from atmospheric friction, the collision of 2 worlds trying to occupy the same chemical space. By year 3, the air at sea level is still breathable, technically, but here is the twist no one saw coming, the detail that changes everything you thought this was about. The organisms living in Titan's upper atmosphere, and yes, scientists have theorized they may exist, feeding on acetylene, exhaling hydrogen, would begin arriving, not as invasion, as drift, microscopic, invisible, riding the atmospheric exchange like spores on a wind you can't feel. We would not know for years, possibly decades, and then the question stops being, what if we swapped our moon, and becomes something colder, something that sits differently in the chest? What was already in Titan's atmosphere before we brought it here? What floated down through that amber sunset while we were taking photographs? Step back further. One final swap. The smallest, strangest option. Phobos, the tiny doomed moon of Mars. irregularly shaped, 17 miles wide, close enough to Mars that it orbits faster than Mars rotates. Every day on Mars, Phobos rises in the west and sets in the east. It is falling, slowly, inevitably. In 10 million years, it will either crash into Mars or shatter into a ring. Put Phobos in place of our moon, and the night sky offers almost nothing. A small, dim, potato-shaped rock, moving fast, gone in 4 hours. No tidal rhythm, no gravitational steadiness. The ocean flattens, barely a ripple at the shoreline. And here is the thing that no one tells you about that image. The moon does not just move the ocean. It stabilizes Earth's axial tilt. Without something massive enough in orbit, the planet begins to wobble. Slowly, over thousands of years, the poles shift, climates swap, ice creeps south, forests become deserts. In geological time, a blink. Phobos is not enough to stop that. Neither is anything else in our solar system. Only our moon is the exact right size, the exact right distance, orbiting in the exact right way. Which raises one question that this video will not answer. How likely is that? Exactly that. Precisely that. If this kept you up, stay. The next story goes even deeper.